In this video, I'm going to break down something that can be complex, but I make it real simple. It's called collective consciousness. Now, a lot of people have heard maybe of consciousness, but have you heard of collective consciousness? That means that we're all connected. That means that whatever is happening on one side of the world, it's affecting me on this side of the world. I may not be conscious of it, but as these years go on and there's more and more chaos and people are feeling into that fear, you may have experienced this. And that is that everything's going fine in your life, but all of a sudden you feel anxious. You feel anxiety and you're like, well, where's that coming from? I feel a little depressed. I'm not sure where it's coming from. My job is good. My family is good. And what you're feeling is that we're all entangled, meaning we're all connected. And you can look this up in string theory or quantum physics about entanglement. But the bottom line is that we all feel when something is out of whack. By the same token, we also feel when things are going really joyous, and we can put that energy into the collective. So it's really important that knowing that what we feel and what we amplify, that's also going into the collective, and it's helping somebody else come out of depression, come out of anxiety. Have you ever heard anybody say, or have you experienced this yourself, that you're going through a really tough time, but then all of a sudden you feel like this peace? And they call it the peace that passes under all understanding. It's like we can't understand where it's coming from. We can't understand what it is. Why should I feel this way? But what that is that there's somebody or some group of people that are amplifying an energy of peace. So we're all entangled, and I try to explain this wonderful phenomenon in this video. Now, one of the things that we know, especially because of the pandemic and things that are going haywire in the world, it's because people don't know about conscious or collective consciousness. Collective consciousness is when everything is going really good in your life, and all of a sudden you're like, I haven't watched the news, but I'm feeling this anxiety. There's something's going on. What is that? We're all connected, you see. We're all entangled because of physics. Remember that invisible energy? We're all connected. And so when society is having one of those moments, that is when it's like this. It's like, I'll give you an example. When they talk about race and they say this race is bad and this race is good, it's like this. You're punching this down so that this can be stood up, but it affects everybody. It affects chaos. This is chaos, by the way. When it's like this, because we're all connected, you can't push somebody else down and not be affected yourself. We're all connected. So this is collective chaos, collective consciousness. The only way to transmute that, to change that, is remember that love, creative energy? That's creative. Fear is destructive. So on the news, you'll hear a lot of destructive stuff. This is engineered chaos for us to stay disempowered. The only way that we cannot feed into that is what? To remember who we are. We are love itself. We are powerful God beings. That's who we are. And so what do? Well, to correct this chaos, it's not to say one group is bad and one group is good. That's all chaos. One goes down, one goes up temporarily. It's an illusion. The only way is for everybody to come up. How do you do that? Well, you have to do the inner work. You have to go do the inner work. And once you do the inner work, then everybody rises. And you don't have to rise before I do. In other words, I don't have to say to you, well, you be more loving. You straighten up. No, this is our inner work. When I do my inner work, we're all connected. That helps you rise. Do you see? Nobody is down now. Everybody remembers who they are because we started out this way. We're just love. We're just love twinklers. That's what we are. We're so precious. And then we come down here, we forget who we are, and we're introduced to fear. And then we are introduced to love, but then we fade in and out based on situations, based on our car tire blowing out. And boy, that just ruins 3 months of love. And then we recognize who we are. We're just love itself. And then there's no choice. That's just who you are. And you become a lighthouse. Let me tell you that now on this planet, we need you. We need you instead of fading in and out based on situations, based on somebody's behavior, based on the news. We need to be strong in knowing who we are and confident and stand in it. Love no matter what. Love is not a choice at that point. Everything revolves around love. And that's how the world goes back to the beginning, heaven on earth.